All right, now I gotta wait for it to stream, and then we can get started. All right, now I gotta wait. Got it. Okay, so how was everybody's week?
Busy.
Yeah. Mine's been rough.
I know.
But I'm okay. I'm taking it one day at a time.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Hiya.
Hi, Terry.
Hi, Terry. How are you?
Good. How are you doing? You sound frustrated.
Today has been a day. I'll have to fill you guys in later. I don't want to put it on camera, but yeah, it's been a day. There's been some stuff that's come to light that has not been the greatest. But aside from getting yelled at this morning, I'm tired. I'm not sleeping very well. I guess that's to be expected.
Moon's getting bigger too, so.
No, it's all the stuff that I'm dealing with right now.
That I understand too.
Yeah.
I thought that was my phone.
No, it's mine. No worries. No worries. I don't need any more today. Anyway, so I have decided to use some Darjeeling tea, and I am steeping my tea right now. I'm gonna give it a stir before I pour it. So do you guys have all your cups and stuff?
I don't have any tea. I have Turkish coffee that I can make, but I don't want to drink that late at night. I'm afraid of the caffeine.
Oh yeah, you'll be up till tomorrow night.
Yeah. Right? I have never tried it and I've never made it. And I just did a video. I'm like, oh crap, that's complicated. You know,
right?
You gotta let it boil, then you gotta take it off, then you gotta put it back on, then you gotta get more foam, and then you gotta, you know.
Wow, that seems like a lot of work.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of go through this, and then I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'm going to read for myself, but I might. But the subject of which I'm focusing on is very close to what I've been dealing with this week.
Well, can I make it tea with a tea bag? Can I just dump it in the cup, or is that going to be?
Well, if it's loose, you can, as long as it's not ground. Like I know that some of the teas that you get in the tea bags are ground up to like a powder.
Yeah, they look small.
Yeah. See, like, okay, so you see how I have the tea here?
Yeah.
If you look at, I don't know if you can see it. See how it's kind of
I
big
had
and
some of that
bulky?
tea and I can't find it.
Oh no.
It's probably buried in the top bag.
So I'm sure you kind of from the top. I'll probably look better for it. So you see how it's kind of not browny, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You kind of want something like that so that it can stick to the cup and create images for you to read. You could try it if you want to try it. I mean, it's really up to
Boiling
you.
water now. Let's see. I'll see.
It's okay. So let's talk a little bit about it. So I'm working from page 126 on to, okay, now who's bothering me? I'm very sorry. Okay. I might be intermittent on things because there's still a lot going on. My mom was like, you should offer a discount in Campbell tonight. I was like, but I'm tea leaf reading and I kind of need this. So I'm here.
This might help you. Yes.
Yeah. So she was like, all right, we'll just, you know. So I'm reading from page 126 and we're going to go on through 139 because that's going to cover like everything about how she does her tea leaf readings. So it starts on the bottom of page 126 with reading tea leaves and coffee grounds. So if you wanted to do coffee, you could do it with coffee grounds. Although, I don't know about you, but I would not want to drink coffee with grounds in it at all.
You just do the same
That's
thing
gross.
like tea. You would just steep it in a bag and then you would just do it like you would tea.
Huh. Like you don't, I mean,
The
with
grounds
having
settle to the bottom just like with tea leaves. So it's really not that big a deal. It's not that
Sometimes.
much different than drinking tea.
Well, sometimes because this tea, like I have a lot of floaters, you know. So it just depends, I guess, on the thing. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
the grounds will generally float to the bottom because they're heavier. They're more dense. You have a lot of leaf
okay.
tea, so it's gonna be, it's gonna have higher. I guess it's not gonna settle as well.
It's gonna be more buoyant. Yeah, I got it. It's okay. It's just I like this tea, so I'm gonna use this tea. So she says, she gives you the history of what it is. It's basically another form of divinity by using tea or coffee and reading the symbols. She says that the birthplace of tea was said to be in China around 2737 BC, and it was most likely the Chinese who first noted the similarities between a bell and a teacup and started interpreting the residue of tea leaves just as they had the residue of the bells. So she suggests getting mentally prepared. I'm just kind of taking some time to think about it. Like during this time, I would be focusing on my question, okay, or what it is I want to ask. Now, from what I was taught, the teacup is split into 4 pieces, okay, and it represents a time period of so many months. So like when you're looking, I don't know how she's going to do it here because I'm going to read it. When you're asking a question, you want to think about the time period by which you're asking it. So if you want to go for a year or 6 months or 3 months or whatever, and then you'll divide that up into four pieces. So if you go 6 months, then you'll divide 6 by 4, and then you'll take how those months are, and you'll kind of create like a cross on your teacup, because it'll tell you approximately, depending on where the tea falls in the cup, it can tell you your timeline for what you're looking at. Also, I was told that the tea closer to the edge, so if you had like scroll your chop at the end, like we'll show you, if your tea leaves are closer to the rim, then those are things that are going to come more immediate to you. And the ones that are further down in the cup are going to be further away from you. Okay, so like it'll take longer for you to attain them, or for the message to get through, or however, whatever you're asking. So she says to find the right cup, select a teacup with a handle that is shallow, wide, and white or light in color without patterns or designs on the inside. So you want one that's plain, just very plain. so that you can read the tea leaves really well. You won't have to worry about things getting in your way and maybe making it difficult. She says, make sure the teacup has a matching saucer if possible. They are matching. Okay. And both are made of earthen materials such as porcelain or stoneware. This is what do you call it? It's not like, it's a mix of porcelain with something else. It's like stone. I don't know. It's something, but it's of porcelain nature. So yeah. I don't know why we have to use the porcelain. Does anybody know why that is?
Maybe to connect you to the earth.
Because it's made from clay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she says no mugs, plastic, or whatever the hell Corel is. What is that, plastic?
That's that unbreakable dinnerware stuff with the designs on it.
Okay. She says, and absolutely no broken, chipped, or cracked teacups or saucers, so they have to be in really good shape. You can't use chipped now because that's not going to work. So, she says divination tools must be sound, whole, and in good condition to facilitate an empowered connection and a meaningful reading. So she says preparing coffee. So she gives you an idea on how to prepare your coffee. Who's using coffee? Is anybody using coffee, or are we all using tea?
Tea.
Okay. So we're going to skip over the coffee bit.
Yeah.
It says select and brewing tea. Choose any variety of tea you like. Just make sure it's a loose tea. No tea bags allowed. That answers your question, Miss Terry.
Okay. Well, I already
says-
poured it in there, put water in it, so I wasted a tea bag, I guess.
Well, sometimes tea bags, though, it's as long as it's bigger pieces of tea, it's fine. Because sometimes they have it in bags, but it's like loose leaf that's bagged.
Right. She says in here, she says the tea is ground too fine and no tea strainers either. She can't use a tea strainer. That's why I have it all in this cup, in my coffee pot, because I don't have a teapot right now. I have a coffee pot, and that works for me. But she says again, decaffeinated is acceptable or not produce a weaker reading. She said the following is a simple method for brewing a single cup of tea. Measure a little more than 1 cup of fresh, cold, non-distilled water. I have 5 cups in here because I'll probably have a couple of cups after I'm done with this reading. With non-distilled water, spring water, or filtered water are good choices. Just put the water on the stove and boil it in a tea kettle or a saucepan. In my case, I didn't use that. I'm making modifications for what I've got. So modify what you can if you need to. And then she says, the moment the water begins to boil, pour the water over your tea leaves. Steep the tea for 3 to 5 minutes according to how strong you like your tea. Add a small amount of cream and sugar if you like. It will not affect the reading. And stir the tea and let the leaves settle. So I'm steeping my tea, and then I'm going to pour it into my cup. The tea will go with it because I don't have it in a tea bag. And then I have some sugar in here. I have some stevia because I don't really like tea that's not sweetened. Then she says on page 129, writing the message. Before you can read the tea leaves or coffee grounds, you need to write the message. The reader or the seer is in the position reading the leaves or grounds for the sitter. The person receiving the reading, the sitter, should think about the question or focus on a specific intention while enjoying their cup of tea or coffee according to the following steps. So she says to drink nearly all of the tea or the coffee, leaving only a few drops of liquid in the bottom of the cup. That's super important because if you have too much liquid in your cup and you go to do that swirl thing, you're going to throw tea everywhere and it's just going to be a mess. So you want to make sure you drink almost all your tea. Okay, and she says with the left hand, the sitter holds the cup by the hand with the rim up. The sitter then swishes the last of the tea or the coffee quickly in a circular clockwise motion 3 times. And that was also what I was told. This distributes the leaves or grounds around the cup. The sitter then turns the cup upside down on the saucer, allowing the remaining liquid to drain naturally. Do not tap on the cup. After the liquid is drained, turn the cup back over. The leaves or grounds should have clumped, forming shapes that will be interpreted. If you're reading for yourself, follow the same steps. However, in this case, it's important to be honest with yourself about what you see. This is why people often prefer not to read for themselves. And then we'll go into reading the message. So what we're going to do is focus on that first step first before we go doing anything else. And then we can just kind of sit and chat while we're drinking our tea, while we focus on what we're thinking about.
And I'll just brew some tea and drink it.
Huh?
I'll just brew some tea and drink it.
Okay. Let my tea settle for a little bit while it's sitting there. I think about what it is. I have so much on my mind right now, so it's gonna be a little bit hard for me to focus on one particular thing. What do you guys, let's just talk about what you guys are going to think about. Okay. You don't have to share if you don't want to share.
I didn't hear what you said, Heather.
I said, I just wanted to know what you guys plan to, do you have a question picked out or a focus? No.
I haven't thought about that yet.
Right. I have too many things going on in my head right now that I don't exactly have answers to. So I'm wondering if I should just concern myself with those answers, those questions, or if I should just be general in the fact that I don't have any answers for my questions. Or the situation. And just kind of see what the timeline or what maybe give myself some sort of potential future warnings for what to expect, maybe.
That's a good idea.
But I don't want to go a whole month out. I want to spread it down into maybe the next 4 weeks. So that I'm not going too far ahead. So 4 weeks is my timeline. That'll make it. Now she didn't mention anything in her book about the different ways to read. From what I was taught was that when you read your reading, you want to start with the handle of the cup as your first point. Then your next point would be to the
It's on page
clockwise
130
direction.
and 131.
Does she talk about that?
Mm-hmm.
She talks about the past, present, and future reading. She doesn't. Does she talk about?
And over on 131, she tells the rims, the events in the present, sides, or events in the near future.
But she doesn't talk about the timeline. So I was told that the first point is going to be right at your right at the handle, and then your next so if I split it into 4 weeks, so the first week would be at the handle, the second week would be in the clockwise direction on this side of the cup, and then the top of the cup, and then over here on the other side. So in between these sections would be my reading, and then I would go with the rim and then the sides and the bottom under how she did this, but it would be according to the timeline that I set on the cup.
Okay.
So that wasn't covered in here, which I thought was interesting. So I'm just throwing that out there because I got that from somebody who reads tea leaves on a regular. So that's maybe just an addition. So you don't necessarily have to have a timeline if you don't want a timeline, but I think I'm going to use a timeline for me. And 4 weeks is a good start. Yeah, I listened to this on the Kindle or the Audible thing, so I haven't read it. I haven't read it in the book, just listened to it. So, all right, so I'm gonna take some time and focus on the next 4 weeks about the situation that I'm dealing with. It's really hard to drink loose leaf tea sometimes because I ain't drinking the tea. That's not fun.
That's what I was worried about with this tea bag thing. So I guess I would.
Oh, you're gonna drink
tea.
some tea. It's just gonna happen. God, this tea is so good though. So soothing. If you guys ever get a chance to get some of this, it's called Darjeeling.
Do I get it from you?
Oh, you can buy it from me. It's on the website.
Oh, I was gonna screenshot that, but that's too difficult. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I can't.
Okay.
You'll remember
It's
this
on the
conversation.
But this is a really, really, really good tea. It's like, it's not super bitter. It's more on the sweet side. It's really nice.
I'm drinking Old Barrel Tea Company loose leaf tea.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's called Dolce Sueños. It's supposed to help.
Nice.
I have sleep problems. So I have a friend of mine owns Old Barrel Tea Company. So she goes, I have the perfect tea for you. And so I tried it the first time whenever she first gave it to me. And it's a very relaxing tea. And so I was like, hey, that'll be perfect. It's got chamomile and all kinds of, it's a really pretty tea. It's very colorful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mm. I think this one's a little is a pretty relaxing tea. It tastes yummy. I mean, I would drink it without the stevia in it, but I like the stevia in it. I was gonna try this other one that I have, but I didn't want to do that because it's got like a super high percentage of caffeine in it, and I really didn't want to stay awake all night. Kaya, please tell me you didn't knock all those oils over.
I have something else important to do.
Like picking up all the oils you just dropped? Oh my gosh. Give me just a minute. I will be right back to make sure that I don't have a disaster.
love this perfume.
Oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. All right, we're fine.
I definitely
Just-
appreciate tea in a tea bag or strainer much more now.
Huh?
That I definitely appreciate tea in a tea bag or strainer much more now. This is a pain in the ass.
Yes.
As chamomile is not meant to drink loose.
Mm-mm. No, it gets all up in your teeth and everything.
No, I'm like, every time
I did that already. I'm all trying to stay super close to the side of the cup. Oh man. No, we're good. We just had a little bit of a spill, and this is the least of my worries right now.
hopefully easy to clean up. Nothing.
Mhm.
Wow.
That's yummy. I'm gonna have to save that.
Huh?
My tea that oh, sorry. The tea that I made with the loose, when I just dumped the tea bag in there, it tastes really good. So I'm gonna have to strain it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to avoid drinking the actual tea floating in my cup. I want the liquid, not the tea.
She said we couldn't use a strainer, but she didn't say I couldn't use my spoon.
Mm. Right?
Lock it.
Yeah, just to avoid blocking it and getting it in here. That's a good idea.
Resourceful. That's what I am.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm thinking. I'm glad that this is kind of big and leafy, so it catches right on my lip, but I don't know if I could do it with coffee grounds. I might just gag. Hmm. I wonder if you could do this with like green tea.
You might not be able to see the leaves well enough to read
Yeah, I
them.
thought it had to be dark tea.
Yeah, what about something like chimney tea? It's kind of one of those teas that unrolls a little bit like jasmine tea does. I thought about a jasmine tea, but I just don't know if I want to. I'm not really a super huge fan of jasmine tea. The whole flavor of jasmine is kind of meh. That's just me.
I've not tried it.
It's not my favorite. I like it okay, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah, I'm not really a big fan. I'm more of that English breakfast, Irish breakfast, Darjeeling.
I'm a black tea person also.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of a citrusy spice person myself.
Ooh, so did you get the passion fruit chai tea?
I don't care for passion fruit.
Yeah.
Oh no, you don't like that one? Hmm.
I'm a black tea person in the morning, but I'll drink like more fruity teas in like an afternoon if I'm doing something. I have the Stash makes a really good orange something tea. I love that tea. I think it's a black tea, but it's still good.
Do you guys like hibiscus at all?
That's what's in this tea here that I ruined. And it tastes yummy.
Terry's like, I ruined it, but it's good. I have a fall tonic tea that I created. I'll just send you some, Shannon, see if you like it.
Okay.
It's got hibiscus and orange, and I think there's some allspice in there. Sorry, I've got like 3 messages from all these different people. I will answer you in a little bit. I should put a do not disturb on my phone. Actually, I think I might do that right now. How do you do that? Is there like a thing?
In settings.
Disturbs on. Good.
Turn the ringer off.
I put do not disturb on for now, so if someone gives me a message, it won't like ring or anything, so that's good. There's so many, like I'm the middleman from 2 different states and a crap load of family. So yeah, it's been a rough day. So we're gonna drink this all the way down until there's like just a couple of drops. Then we're gonna swish it 3 times in a clockwise motion and then put it upside down on the saucer. Did you guys bring a notebook and pen? I did. I'm not very good with symbols, so if anybody, I tried to see if I had a symbol book. I have a crap load of books, but I don't have any symbol books. So if you guys have like a symbol book, that'd be wonderful. Just maybe there's something in there that isn't in here.
If I was smart, I would have made a small cup of tea and not a regular cup of tea.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Next time. Small cup of
Hey,
tea.
I made a whole thing of tea.
I only made 1 cup.
Well, I have a tiny cup because I only have a little, you know.
I don't
Little
have a
tiny
real
teacup.
teacup. Well, it said to use one with a handle. I don't have a real teacup with a handle. My sister and I have little Japanese teacups, but they didn't have a handle. So
Yeah, you need the handle because the handle is your start point. But you guys could have came in. I have a crap load. I have a whole tea set here.
well, I think I have a real tea set. It's just put away in my cedar chest because it was a baby gift. So I don't have any like ready to use teacups.
Well, the teacups
Okay.
I had all had flowers and things inside, so I had to get a new teacup.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm down to my top. I'm gonna do my thing. 3. Then I'm gonna flip it upside down. Leave it there. I'll wait on you guys. Mine was small in comparison to everybody else's stuff, but that's okay. I got this tea set at the Salvation Army, like 40-piece tea set with saucers and plates and the milk thing and everything with it for like $20. And I was like, score. And it's silver plated and it's really nice. And I was just like, okay, I'm not going to say anything about what this is, but you can have your $20. And I left with it. So this is an easily $100 set. Easily used. So I'm pretty happy. It was a nice find. Sometimes you find some really cool stuff in the secondhand store. So how was your trip, Ashley?
It was good. The weather was really nice. Glad I missed the winter week we had.
Oh my God. I was so jealous. You're like in your swimsuit on your little board thing, and I was like, it's fucking snowing.
Yeah, it was good. There was, I think, a total of 42 of us that went.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was really nice. Some people came in a little bit earlier, some stayed a little bit later. It was a beautiful day for the wedding. It was absolutely stunning. They couldn't have planned it or asked for an even better day for weather. It was not too hot to sit out there on the beach. It was a great and beautiful day. So just the weather there almost the entire week. We had one day that was kind of overcast and kind of misty, but it's still warm enough outside that just made you sit in a tiki hut and drink all day. I don't know if you saw the most recent picture somebody tagged me in of me and a friend skipping along the beach.
No, I hadn't seen. I haven't been on Facebook today because I've been dealing with.
That was on Tuesday. We were taking pictures along the beach because there wasn't a lot of people out, being silly and stuff because it was a break in the weather. But it was really nice. It was a lot of fun. Got to meet a lot of new people. It was
What do you think of the culture?
it's not much different than here.
Nice.
I mean, the English is a primary language in Belize, so it's not really, to me, it wasn't all that different. People were just as friendly. The people that worked at the resort were very, very nice, very accommodating. They did a really great job decorating for the wedding, and just it was a really good group of people, the staff and then the people that were there for the wedding. And we were primarily the only ones at the resort. It was a real small one too. So yeah, snorkeling, paddle boarding, just playing in the water, just relaxing. It's really what a lot of it was. Lots of relaxing.
That's great.
Yeah, it was very nice.
I'm your carry-on. Just hide me away and take me
I know
away.
I had lots of people like, I can fit in a carry-on. It's fine. Like, no.
I haven't been on an island in a really long time. My son was born in Guam, so yeah, I was there for 2.5 years. It was really pretty, and I kind of want to go back, but it's like $1,500 airplane fare. I'm like,
to Belize it was only a $305 ticket to fly.
Wow.
So
Cool. Damn. No,
yeah.
Mine for Guam it's $1,500 because you're flying all the way around the world.
Yeah.
To the Micronesian Islands.
If you want to go somewhere that's somewhat, it's still technically considered Caribbean, the Belize is. It's not bad for the price. The cost of things there is not terribly priced. The airfare is not bad. So if you're looking for a semi-cheap kind of getaway, it's a great place. If you want to spend money, I recommend Hawaii. If you want to go somewhere super tropical and beautiful. That was an amazing trip.
I've been to Hawaii. I stayed on Waikiki for a little while, but I'm like,
I was on Oahu.
I want to see the parts of Hawaii that only the locals see.
Yeah, I had a friend that lived there in Oahu. Her husband was stationed at Pearl Harbor, and so they got to take me to he took me up to North Shore, and a lot of places only locals get to go. So it was a really nice trip. So the snorkeling was way better in Hawaii than it was in Belize. Yeah.
Okay, so I have flipped over my cup because it is all drained out. And this is what it looks like, in case anybody's curious. So I'm going to start this way. I don't know what I'm looking at, so it's just going to give me a minute to kind of decipher what I'm seeing. I've got one on the rim. I've actually got two on the rim, and then some are on the sides. I have some on the bottom. Most of them are on the sides, though. Did she do the saucer reading too?
No, she didn't.
See anything on saucers?
No.
Yeah, because I have some tea on the saucer as well, so I'm curious.
I posted a picture of what the meanings are to the Turkish coffee reading. Might
Oh,
be
yeah?
the same.
Okay. I'm just gonna read. I'm reading 131 right now. The interpreting what you see. It says to jot down the moon. We're in a waxing moon, so we're not in a waning moon. We're in a waxing moon, but we're not a full moon.
It says first quarter tonight.
Yeah. She says to use your. She said. First and foremost, interpreting tea leaves or coffee grounds is connecting and listening to your intuitive self. Your intuitive or wiser self is a master of identifying patterns that will be relevant and have meaning in response to the question posted. It will guide the sitter to a great understanding and insight on a topic and movements of energy that are operating in a given situation. And this is more advanced and multidimensional than looking up the meaning of a symbol in a book. Your intuitive self is well equipped to accomplish this if you allow yourself to be guided, listen, and trust the information you're given. When determining what formation symbolizes, use the first thought that comes to mind. Usually the first thought that comes to mind is the wise choice. Often a shape may appear to have several possible interpretations. In this case, it's best not to overthink it and go with your initial impression. If you are unsure, keep turning the cup and focusing. Take your time. Eventually, you'll hear a clear message and come to a deep,
Resonant.
resonant understanding. If others are present, their input can be distracting and doesn't count. You are the designated seer, and your perspective is the only one that matters. So then she has general shapes here. So I'm just gonna like kind of look at the shapes before I go trying to read what her shapes mean, because then I can't accidentally oh, well, that looks like that. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna take a few minutes to think about it. It doesn't look like much is gonna happen this week, but next week, for sure. Because based on where the position is in the cup, my thing's here, and then right here on this side, there's a big clump, and then there's more here, but not much here. More further down in the cup, you know?
Let me see it straight on. There, I took a screenshot so I can look at it. Okay. I see a horse.
So that's where it's at.
I see a horse.
I don't know what I see yet. I'm just looking at it.
Not like.
I see a circle up on the top.
The quiet shadow. Circle means success and fulfillment. You see any numbers yet?
Huh?
Do you see any numbers?
Not right. No, I don't think so. I'm trying to look at it as a whole to see if like something jumps out to me. What does she say for the side and the rim and the bottom?
She says the things on the bottom are events further out, like up to 9 months.
And the rim, they're the ones closest, right?
The
More
events in the
immediate.
present. Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is so hard.
Mm-hmm. That's why they suggest
You
someone
guys
else
having
read
the
it.
same issue?
All I see is nothing in mine, so don't worry.
You're okay. I am struggling a bit.
Well, I didn't get a very good picture. I don't have a picture of the rim or the handle.
The
I see a
handle?
heart. I see a heart on that what stuck to the edge of the rim.
Yeah. I see that more as a circle.
It looks like a heart at the angle I've got it.
Because I have it. You see? But I'm having a real hard time with the rest of it.
Where's the handle?
Right
Oh,
here.
there it is. Okay, I was on a little picture.
I see a dragon down in the bottom.
Yeah, I thought it was a horse, but now it looks more like a dragon.
Huh.
I was just looking at it as a dragon.
Yeah.
More like a Chinese dragon if you're looking at it than dragon.
Yes,
Yeah.
like a Chinese dragon. You're right.
Yeah, I agree.
We see a child in a dress. I'll show you. You see it? Right on the corner, right? Looks like a little girl in a dress.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes.
you see it.
Yeah. Kind of creeps me out.
I also saw a cat in there.
You see the cat. I think you guys see too. I wonder how long you have to like do this before you're really good at it. Because like I'm so still intermediate-ish with reading oracles, so and I've been doing that a long time. Then I still can't read the oracles without like referring to the cards in some aspects. So I wonder how long it takes to like get this down to a T. I want to take a picture of this for this other person I know. I'm gonna grab something. I'll be right back. My camera sucks, so. I'd like to get this other person's opinion too. Maybe.
No, she knows how. That would be a good idea.
Yeah, right? Somebody's bothering me. I hit do not disturb, but I heard it on the computer. What do you mean, please wait for me? Sorry. It's my brother. I have to respond. So tell me what you guys are seeing in your cups. Or show us your cups. Huh.
Hold it still.
There's like right on the bottom, it kind of looks like a fire hydrant, you know, like
That's
on
what
the
I was
side of the
thinking.
road. And then on the corner, it looks like there's, I don't know, maybe a witch sitting. A little curly Q on the top. I don't know. That's just what I pull off right there.
Hold on. You said on the bottom. The bottom. So here's the handle. Oops, this way. Here, let me turn my
Okay,
virtual
so
background off. Hold on.
yeah, that might make it easier.
Oops. There we go.
Okay, let me see.
Sorry, now it's all weird. There we go.
No, it's all weird. Right in the middle, it's kind of like a fire hydrant, and then off to so across from the handle on the other side, it looks like somebody is sitting.
You're breaking up. Say it again.
Across, like if you go across from the handle to the other side of the cup where your fingers are, it looks like someone's sitting.
Looks like somebody's sitting. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah. Like maybe a desk or something. Turn the cup around and look at it from the other angle. You might see what I see.
I think it looks like a dog. Or
Where the little hook is. It looks like a little hook, and then it looks like a desk, like something sitting out.
Cool. Thanks. I was like, I don't see anything.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna see if. All right, what about you, Cassie? Did you get anything on your end?
I think a lot of mine were too thick, and I've messed up my cup at this point from putting it down too many times. The stuff is moved around, but a lot of mine is very chunky, and see, they're falling out.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I might retry it again a little bit because I've got finer tea in here. It just, all the big chunks came out in what I grabbed, I guess.
Okay, Brandy, what about you? Were we able to? Hmm.
It's hard.
I see like a cat or an animal or something down there.
I see a dog.
Looks like some sort of animal.
Me, it kind of looked like one of the triple moon goddesses that's got the 3 swirls, like in the middle there. That's what it kind of looked like to me a little bit. But it's almost got 4 points to it instead of just the 3.
Hmm. Huh.
I see a little girl holding a cup or a bucket. She's got pigtails.
No, I can see that. Little,
Or
Sort of reminds me of the
Right?
girl
Like-
that used to do the sunscreen commercial
Yeah.
where her butt's showing.
Yep. Yeah, she's
the little dog pulling on her pants. Yeah.
she's kind of like
Yeah.
facing away from the handle. Is that what you see?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Huh.
And that's all I see. I don't see any letters or numbers or anything.
But I guess it's why it's better to have somebody else do your reading, huh? You
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm like, I don't. But yeah, that's cool. I see it now that it's
What were your
pointed
guys'
out.
questions? Okay, you don't have to answer that, but think about your questions and then let's see if we can find some connections in some of the symbols she's given us. So a circle means success and fulfillment. A square is challenge or stability. A triangle is good fortune and blessings. A straight line. This would be really hard to do. She doesn't have like, okay, here we go. We got some. Let's see. Let's see. A heart is a good omen of happiness and pleasure. So I saw a heart. I don't see anything for child. I don't. Dragon. Changes will happen suddenly for you. You guys saw the dragon for me, so I'll put changes. Well, where did you guys see that in the cup? Like where? On the bottom?
It's like a
Yeah.
Chinese dragon. Mm-hmm. Oliver.
Was it on the bottom of the cup?
Yes, it was on the bottom.
Okay. No, you said you saw a cat, which is beware of cruelty, enemies, and quarrels. Oh boy. That doesn't make me feel very comfortable. Does anybody know what the fish symbol is? Like, maybe they can look it up real quick. I'm very cold. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm exhausted. I didn't see anything in there that could help Ashley out.
Right. I'll just try on the full moon, see what happens.
Right. Well, I'm
She
gonna
doesn't have a
act,
fish in the book.
huh?
She doesn't have a fish in the book.
No, she doesn't. Okay, so we read chapter. Oh my god, I said 13 in the thing. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh. Okay, so we read chapter. What was it? Was it 15 that we read? Yeah,
14.
last week. And so
14.
this week we read 14.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so that was on waning moons. So next week we're going to talk about chapter 15. So we'll combine 14 and 15 next week and talk about those two. Yeah, it looks like they're going to be there. There's just a good amount of information, I believe. Yeah, that goes all the way to page 160. So we'll cover the stuff for next week, chapter 14 and 15. But I'm not sure. I think we're all still working on spells for the growing moon, or at least on one of the spells that we picked to work on. I know that I'm working on an abundance spell. I'm burning that candle, the green candle that I made, every day that I'm here, towards the growing moon into the full moon. I've got a lot of things going on personally, which you guys can tell is seriously distracting. I'm very sorry. I'm doing the best I can. My brother's on his way over here right now, and I don't know why. But either way, I'll figure it out in a minute. I'm going to talk to a friend, the other friend I have, about this particular reading because it is very much about my present situation that I'm dealing with right now. So I'm curious if there's something he can pull out of there that maybe I don't see or we don't see. And but the fact that it says changes will happen suddenly and beware of cruelty, enemies, and quarrels doesn't make me feel good about the situation.
Yes. It could be right happening in a minute too.
Huh. No.
Sorry.
So no, I've had enough today. I've been the middleman and been yelled at all day, and they didn't even mean to yell at me. It just happened. So it's just the way it is. I'm gonna go ahead and stop